They're big, they're armoured and they're dangerous. Most people know tanks are a formidable force on the battlefield. John Patterson of Sydney seems to believe they're the perfect way to vent some pent-up frustration at the phone companies. Mr Patterson took the tank from his former employer in the early hours of Sunday morning and proceeded to knock down mobile phone towers in Sydney's west.
That 4 of our base stations, or 4 of Telstra's base stations, were pretty severely impacted by the tank, and pretty much immediately we our folk on hand to try and make sure services were up and running before the local community woke up the next morning.
This isn't the first time troubled men have turned to tanks to get attention. Since the 90s, there have been a spate of tank joyrides through cities around the world. In 1995, a man in San Diego went a lot further than John Patterson, running over cars, fire hydrants and anything that got in his way.
Usually people are under ordinary pressures, family pressures, financial pressures, social pressures, those kind of things. But sometimes men, when they are under those pressures, do lose the plot temporarily and act out in a way that is damaging to themselves or other properties. Occasionally, people get it in their head that something like a phone company is putting ideas in their head or trying to control their thoughts, and as a consequence, they act out against those sorts of corporations.
So, if you are feeling angry about your mobile phone, a colleague at work, or just last night's dinner, experts say the solution is in talking, not tanking.
No, don't get the tank. Go see a doctor, get some help.
The best bit if you have a problem with a phone company is to try and contact the phone company to start with. If there's any other problems, get in contact with the telecommunications industry ombudsman. I wouldn't be highly recommending people take to tanks in the future.
John Patterson has been charged with predatory driving and malicious damage and is due to appear in court again on September 28th. And as for the phone companies, they would presumably like to say, tanks for nothing.